Hey everyone, I'm Isadora, and today we're going to be talking about TED Talks. So let's start from the beginning. Let's get some background from what TED is about. So, TED is a conference that stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. It began in 1984 as a way to exchange ideas worth of spreading. It was mainly made by industrial workers, businessmen, things like that. And its main focus is to change the way we think about public speaking. So at first, TED Talks were all about live experiences, but now TED has become like an institution, and we already have like many TEDx events with hundreds of speeches available online and millions of views. So TED is coming kind of viral, I guess, and the great thing about it is that those speeches, they kind of want to talk with the audience. They want to get a feeling with the audience. So if you watch a TED Talk, there's probably going to be like a joke about it or questions and things like that, because it's a way to do a public speaking that actually interacts with whoever's listening. So what we're going to be focusing on today, we're going to be focusing on how to do TED Talks. I haven't done a TED Talk, but I have attended a summer program where we were able to, they were holding auditions for a speaker series, which were kind of their version of TED Talks, and I kind of got in and I talked about dark matter. But really, TED Talks can be about anything. A friend of mine talked about education in Latin America. Another one talked about how Star Wars lasers wouldn't work in real life. Another one talked about her background, actually, and how it has been hard for her because she was raised by a single mom. So really, TED Talks is all about the idea. It's all about what you want to tell people. So it's about meaningful stories. And I found this website who kind of helps with 8 steps on how to do a great TED Talk. But just to get like a summary of what we're going to be talking about, if you have a good idea, you just have to find a way to spread the word. So yeah, let's start with qualities of successful TED Talks. So a successful TED Talk focus on one major idea. I know you probably have many ideas, and okay, they're great. It's a great fact to have many ideas, but maybe you should consider to choose just one of them for each TED Talk. If you want to do like another TED Talks for the other ideas you have, that's great, but focus on the main goal. Otherwise, the TED Talk is gonna be like too big, like too long, and TED Talks should be like short. Also, you should give people a reason to care. This is about like having empathy with your public, actually interacting with them. Why should they be interested in what you're saying? So you gotta show them. You gotta show the reason why you're talking about this. You gotta show the reason why this is important. And also, you want to build your idea with familiar concepts. So you want to show how the idea is gonna solve something in our daily lives, like how this is related to us directly. And this is what TED Talks are about. So yeah, let's start with the 8 steps for creating a TED Talk. Well, the step 1 is to find the idea you want to share. So that's basically it. You gotta, I don't know, ideas can come from anywhere. You can try to solve a problem, or you can try to understand something, for example, and they're both ideas. You can have ideas that try to solve, you can have ideas that try to explain, or you can have ideas that try to prove. I don't know. The point here is to have a great idea that is related to what we're doing daily, currently, nowadays, with our lives. You want to have an idea that relates to the people, that relates to who's going to be listening to you, to your audience. So everyone, here's like this amazing quote, like everyone wants to feel included. So empowering women is not an idea, it's a topic. Like you have topics and you have ideas. Ideas are kind of more detailed and specific than topics. So that's basically it. You want to show your idea and not your topic. You don't want to show exactly where your idea came from. You want to show the idea itself and what it is solving. Yeah, so step 2, you have to develop an unexpected and or catchy way to state your idea. So it's all about how you say it. If you say it happily with really excitement, people are going to be probably excitement. Excitement is contagious, emotions are contagious. But if you say like slowly and not that well, people are not going to be that interested. So that's basically it. You got to know how you're like delivering the word for your audience. If you're doing it right, like the way you say things, the word choice, the diction, it's really, really important. So you want to make sure you know that you are prepared for it. Step 3, collect anything and everything that relates to your idea. So before you choose what you're going to be talking about and what you're going to mention and what you're going to not mention, it's cool to have like everything in your mind. Like start brainstorming what you could talk about. Maybe you won't talk about it after all, but you want to go through every ideas that you may have related to your main topic, your main idea, so you can like choose the best way to actually deliver it to your audience. Step 4, start imagining how you might open and end your talk. So at the beginning of the talk, you want to grab your audience. You want to have their enthusiasm. You want them to pay attention to what you're going to say. So you probably want to have like a catchphrase or something unexpected, or maybe you want to show them something from their daily lives and maybe point out a problem they have never realized before, and at the end you want to make sure people are gonna have that idea stuck in their minds, and usually you're gonna do that if you really have something impactful to say. So maybe usually what works best is like a positive and forward-looking way. So something's gonna change, and we can do that. Like be inspiring. That's a great way to make your TED Talk idea kind of catch. Step 3, put the rest of your materials in a reasonable order. So it's not only about what you're gonna say; it's also about when you're gonna say it. So you want to make sure you're starting from the beginning and finishing from the end. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you want to change a little bit the chronological order because it would make more sense for someone who's not that into the idea as you are. So just after you have all that brainstorm we talked about in step 3, you want to make sure you know the timing to actually mention it on your presentation. Step 6, talk your way to a rough draft of your script. So this is basically just practicing what you're going to be talking about. So you want to be prepared for when you're doing the TED Talk. So you should record yourself speaking, or like write really a script like your speech. Write down your speech and read that thousands of times, and then practice with your chair, I don't know, with your teddy bear, with anything. Just make sure you're ready and you know what you're talking about when you actually do your TED Talk. Okay, step 7, try out your TED Talk draft on a volunteer listener. So we talked about practicing the TED Talk. This is after you practice, after you feel confident about it, you should definitely ask someone to hear you talking and get their opinions, get their ideas as well. Like, were they able to completely understand what you were trying to say? Did they fall asleep during the presentation, or did they really enjoy it? Like, those are the things you should focus about, and having, ask your parents or a friend to do so, to listen to your presentation. It's a great way to know for sure you're ready. And last step 8, repeat the following steps as needed. So actually we just have like 7 steps. The fact is, if you go through to step 7 and someone says like, I don't think this is as catchy, I think I got lost, it's probably because maybe your brainstorming was not that good. Maybe the chronological order you introduced things was not that good. So you're probably gonna have to go back in time, let's say, and like redo everything you've done before, but differently this time, knowing exactly what you want to change. So basically, that's it. And whenever you're doing the presentation, also try to relax, enjoy the moment. If you're talking about this idea, it's probably because it's really important to you. So yeah, ideas are worth spreading, and TED Talks is basically all about it. We're gonna have an activity regarding TED Talks this week, and I really hope you guys are as excited for it as I am. It could be about anything. If you are like worried your idea would not be good enough for a TED Talk, it probably is, but if you want like a confirmation, you can text us on the WhatsApp group or the Google Classroom. The links are in the description. If you have any doubts as well, you can also text us. We're gonna be leaving available for you some examples of great TED Talks. And yeah, that was basically it for today. Here are the references where I took all those steps from, the website I took from. And yeah, that was basically it for today. Hope you guys got to know a little bit better about TED Talks. If you're interested, I say to you, go ahead, listen to a TED Talk. They could be about anything, really. Just search TED Talk on Google and you're gonna realize that they are really great and they're really catchy. So yeah, feel free to do your TED Talk about anything you want to do it. And yeah, that was it for today. Thank you so much for being here, and bye.